All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Does Ted Kill Himself Today? um, so, today is my second push day for the week, and as usual, I'm just going to let you know what I'm doing, and then I'm going to talk about whatever I'm going to talk about today. So, today, what I'm doing is bench pressing, overhead pressing, and tricep presses on a band. So I start off here with 135 pounds for 10 reps. That is just for warm-up. Then I move to an actual 185, not a Pollock 185 like I did last time. An actual 185, do 5 sets of 5. And then I do overhead presses. I did 4 sets at 135 pounds using Jonathan Hauser's new trick. You'll see that. And then the fifth set, I was like, you know what? I know I can do more, so I upped it to 155, and did it that way for the last one. Then you'll see me do my singles for my pronation and my rise, and then I moved over to my multi-spinner and did 5 reps. The singles for the pronation are 85 pounds, for the rise is 62.5, and for the multi-spinner at 5 reps low cup, I'm doing 50 pounds. So that's what I'm doing. All right, so now let's get on to the topic so you guys can enjoy watching this or just listen to what I have to talk about. My topic for today is stay in your damn lane. Arm wrestling is one of those sports where, yes, having a team is phenomenal and it helps you out greatly. But in large aspects, it's an individual sport, right? There's nobody here right now in my office, or in my gym, pushing me to become better, except for me, right? I'm here. I'm the one that's doing this. This is me versus me. And in some respects, that's a lot harder and takes a lot more discipline than when you have somebody screaming at you, 1 more rep, you got this. But anyway, long story short is, in a large part, this is an individual journey, right? You're on your own journey. I'm on my own journey. You tune in, which I'm very grateful for, to watch me on my journey, and some of you tune in to see how strong I'm getting, to gauge whether or not you can still beat me. Some of you tune in to see, just to make it, just to see if I get hurt. Some of you tune in because you're genuinely cheering me on, and I appreciate all of you. Doesn't matter what you're here for. I appreciate all of you. But what I don't appreciate is people sitting there and telling me or anybody else what they should or should not be doing as far as, certain paths, okay? For instance, I've announced a while ago that I'm going to most likely be attending the South Carolina State and North Carolina State arm wrestling championships, but I will not be competing in them. There's several reasons why, and I don't mind telling anybody, but several reasons why. One, and probably the most important, is my right arm still isn't anywhere near 100%, and I'm making sure that it is for my super matches, which are more important to me than a tournament. That's number one. Number two, money. I just don't have the money to throw $50 per arm per weight class at a tournament where there's very little chance of me even getting a win. Not forget medaling, forget anything like that, forget winning, but even getting one win. And that's not talking down about myself. That's just the truth. And there's no harm in knowing where your level is. And I guess that's the thing that most amazes me about this. There's so many people out there that want to put themselves above where they really are. I'm pretty confident I know where I'm at, and PAL events is not where I'm at yet. And there's no shame in me admitting that, and there's also no shame in me not wanting to blow $100 minimum per tournament to find that out. It doesn't make any sense why anybody would be questioning that, except because they're just trying to start shit. But anyway, my journey is my journey, and the long and the short of it is, it's none of y'all's business why I decide to do what I decide to do. I decide to share things with you because that's what I do, right? And I love doing it, and I love the feedback that I get from the people. But I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and be chastised because I won't compete in a certain tournament, or I won't, pull in a certain tournament or whatever, or a competition. First of all, super matches are just as much, if not more, of a competition than tournaments. Y'all can kiss my ass on that one, because it is. That's the truth. Second of all, if I decide to pull out a tournament or not pull out a tournament, that's on me, not you. And third of all, and probably most important, is, and I'm not calling out names here, because honestly, I don't even know if this person's a viewer of mine. I'm just kind of venting here, and you guys, as usual, are along for the journey. The person that decided to try and call me out on this is somebody that I haven't seen compete but once, and it was in a super match. It wasn't even in a tournament this year. I don't know about last year or the year before, but this year, this past 12 months, I've only seen this person compete once, and it was in a super match. I haven't seen this person compete in a tournament at all in the last 12 months. So yeah, I've competed in 2 tournaments in the last 12 months, and 1, 2, 3 super matches, I believe. So yeah, kiss my ass. Anyway, I just wanted to vent about that, because, as men, we should respect the fact that we need to stay in our own lanes. Giving advice is great. Like, look at what I'm doing right now. This is off the advice of Jonathan Hauser. And no, those safety arms are not crooked. It's just the angle of the camera and the angle of the seat. The seat is actually cocked to one side. That's just the way it comes. These are not very expensive things. But I promise you that those bars are completely level. That bar is completely level. If you look at the level of my shoulders versus the level of the bar, they're level. But anyway, this tip that I'm doing right here, this way that I'm lifting, is because Jonathan Hauser reached out to me and said, hey man, this will be easier for you and it won't hurt you as much when you unrack. And he's exactly right. So I don't mind advice and feedback and all of that, because it helps a lot of the times. And even if I don't agree with it, I still appreciate it. But don't sit here and try to tell me or anybody else what they should or should not be doing as far as how often to compete, what tournaments to compete at, what competitions to compete at. It's none of your damn business. Those people can love the sport just as much as you, if not more than you, and not compete as much as you. Although in this case, like I said, this person that called me out, that's, acting holier than thou and self-righteous as they normally do, I haven't seen compete but once, and it was in a super match actually very recent. So yeah, don't understand it. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest, man. So yeah, most likely I'll be at South Carolina and North Carolina states. Honestly, I'm not sure at this point. I just found out that my daughter is shipping out. I'm not going to tell you what branch or anything like that, but my daughter is shipping out a few days before that. So I might not be able to even make the South Carolina tournament because of that. And again, that's my own personal journey, right? And who knows, maybe I'll decide to pull in a North Carolina tournament. I don't know. It depends on how my right arm is feeling. It depends on money. It depends on everything else. And I also want to give a big shout out to PAL Arm Fighter. This man reached out because he thought that the only reason why I wasn't pulling was money, and I appreciate him greatly. That's not the only reason, but I appreciate him greatly. He reached out and he was going to comp me my entry fee. And that is a stand-up thing to do, and it was amazing, and I appreciate him greatly. But I did reach out to him privately, and I let him know that, it wasn't just the money. It was also the fact that I know I'm not ready. I competed at Carnage just a couple of months ago, and I went 1-2 on my right and 0-2 on my left. PAL events are at least a step or two above Carnage. I'm not ready for that yet, and that's okay. And even if I defeat Delfino in January, which I hope I do, and I become number 8 in North Carolina in the Carolinas as far as 225 pound. Good. It doesn't mean that I'm ready for a PAL event. Now, it does mean that I will have to pull there because, again, I won't hide behind my rank. I won't do that, although a lot of people do, but I won't. So it does mean that I'll have to make more tournaments and stuff like that, if at all possible. But that's in the future. and we'll see what happens. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to put that all out there. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys enjoy. As usual, God bless and stay strong. Take it easy.